Hello guys, this is Harish Nagar and today I am going to talk about Michael Madhusudan Dutt. Guys, Michael Madhusudan Dutt was born in 1824 and he died in 1873. He is a Bengali poet and a playwright and he is also known as the father of Bengali sonnets. Now we are going to look at his poems which he wrote in English, but then remember guys that he prominently wrote in Bengali and all his poems were about pain of love and they were spoken by a woman. He also used the pen name Timothy Pen Poem while he was publishing his work. Though he began his creative writing in English, but he later turned to Bengali and he is remembered today more by his great epic poem which name is Meghnad Badh Kavya than his English writing. So rather than known as an English writer, we know him more as a Bengali writer and he has written a superb work in Bengali which is called Meghnad Badh Kavya. Now, I am sure you know who is Meghnad. Meghnad is the son of Ravan and he is a character from Ramayana. Now, coming back to Madhusudan Dutt, if you look at his poems, you find that all his poems reflect his wide range of study in Christianity, in Hinduism and classical literature. So all these things amalgamated together and formed his great poems. Now, in this particular lecture, we shall be talking about three works of Madhusudan Dutt. Now, the first one is The Captive Lady, published in the year 1849. This is an anthology of poems. Anthology of poems means a collection of poems, and one very famous poem which is part of this work is Queen of Delhi's Dream. It is based on historic story. Basically guys, there is a princess called Samyukta. She was the daughter of King of Kannauj and she was married to the King of Delhi who was Prithviraj Chauhan. So she was married to Prithviraj Chauhan, but her father was against her marriage and he joined hand with Muhammad Ghaznavi to fight against Prithviraj Chauhan. And while this thing was going on, she had two dreams. In one dream, she saw goddess Kali in Rudra Roop, or we can say Rudra form. That means in a very extremely angry form, which denotes a unpredictable danger coming up. So the goddess tells Samyukta that the goddess is leaving her and therefore Samyukta has to face the turbulent times alone. So this was the first dream and as you can see it is a very negative dream. And in the second dream she saw a group of men dressed in army uniform plunged themselves into the flame. So in the second dream she saw a group of men who are looking like soldiers and they all plunged themselves into fire. Now because of these huge flames, these flames created a curtain and she was unable to see what is happening on the other side. Now both dreams are negative as you can see, but Samyukta takes them in a very positive way. She interprets from the second dream that the enemy has jumped into the fire and the father has joined hand with her husband. So the poem Queen of Delhi's Dream talk about the dream of Samyukta and how she interprets both the dreams in a positive manner. Now guys, the next work by Madhusudan Dutt is Vision of the Past, published in 1849 and it is also an anthology of poems. And finally guys, we have the last work which is Padmavathi. This was published in 1859 and this is the first work in which he has used blank verse. So he has used blank verse for the first time in Padmavathi and Padmavathi play is based on Greek myth. So Padmavathi play based on Greek myth, don't get confused guys, it is not based on the story of the movie by Sanjay Leela Bhansali. So it is actually a play based on Greek myth. So in this particular lecture, we have talked about three works of Michael Madhusudan Dutt, namely The Captive Lady, published 1849, Vision of the Past, published in 1849 and Padmavathi, published in 1859. So that's it for today's lecture guys. Thank you.